How's the new year going for you? Is it better yet? I've got a new proverb for you. It's not from the Proverbs, it's my own proverb. It's this: walking through the snow is better than getting stuck in the snow. It comes from the fact that I now, according to my wife, live 369 steps away from my grandchildren and children. So, in any case, I decided that given how heavy the snow was, it would be better to try and drive here. I discovered it is better to walk through the snow than to get the car stuck in the snow. That's my proverb for the day. Well, we are talking about how life can be better. Everybody wants their lives to be better, and yet here we are in a record snowfall and ice period for the Portland area. We haven't seen anything like this in decades. Can you believe what's going on? Well, I wanted to communicate to you that Doug Boyd, our new pastor, is going to be here this weekend talking about how life can be better. He's going to be preaching from Proverbs 16:16, talking to us about what it means to say that wisdom is better than gold. I am really looking forward to hearing Doug and seeing him this weekend. That's going to be great. And the message that I had planned for last Sunday that got canceled out by the weather really is based on another proverb, Ecclesiastes 4:6, that says, "Better is one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind." You know, the last thing we did at church before the snow began to fall in record amounts was on Saturday. We had a memorial service for a friend of mine, David Morris. David was a sweet young man. His parents, Eddie and Lesta, have been members of our church for many years, and David was a member and active for a long time. But David was a special needs guy. He was someone who had epilepsy, and as a result he had some delayed development, but he was such a sweet guy. And at his memorial service, his brother read something that struck me as one of the most meaningful tributes that a family member has ever paid to another. And it's really appropriate for us, because when the weather gets cold like this, when we're prevented from going to snow or going to school or prevented from going to work, there's a tendency to complain and start feeling sorry for ourselves. But the truth is that better is a matter of attitude. Now here is what Steve, David's brother, said about him. He said he thought that Dave would tell each of us to never say, "Why me?" He said, "I never heard Dave say that, and I think he would like to see each of us live without ever asking that question." So the next time you're upset about sitting in traffic, I think Dave would say, be grateful that you're able to drive a car and sit in traffic, because some people will never have the thrill of being behind the wheel driving to destinations they always wanted to go to. And the next time you and your spouse are arguing about which way the roll of toilet paper goes on the roller, I think Dave would say, be happy that you are able to have a spouse to love, because some people will never be able to feel the love of a spouse. And the next time you're at the job complaining because they ask you to stay 15 minutes later, Dave would say, be happy that you have the ability to earn a living, allowing you to live where you want, buy what you want, and go on vacations you only dreamed of, because some people will never have the ability to earn their own money and to do the things we all take for granted. Lastly, Dave would say to get your life right with God, because able-bodied or not, God's love is for everyone, and he would love to see everyone again. So thank you, Dave Morris. Thank you, Steve Morris, for sharing that with us, because that kind of attitude of uncomplaining, and of focusing our attention on God and what is possible in our lives, that's the way to have a better life.